Hi, this is Jen from Forever for Always No Matter What. I wanted to do a quick video of how I actually used my Erin Condren planner last year for homeschool planning. I know there's a lot of videos out there about how people are going to use them, but I wanted to do a quick video of how I actually used it for last year. So there were lots of spots that I didn't add things because it just didn't pertain. But I changed this one and did our field trips and just wrote down the few field trips that we did each month to help me remember. These are just kind of my basic little reminders and things I like to have in the front of my planner. So for the graph paper, I kind of use that as just curriculum notes, what we were doing, what certain kids did, laid out a schedule of what people were going to do kind of each day, a rough schedule. Same thing over here, just kind of a rough schedule of what we were going to do each day. I don't necessarily follow a schedule, we do more of a routine, but at the beginning of the year I like to write it out so I can kind of get an idea in my head of what I'd like to get done, and then we just kind of go from there. So that was how I used my graph paper. And then year at a glance, I a different month, had a different focus. And I wrote this all out and planned it all out, but honestly I wasn't very good about doing it. But I did really like what I planned, and I liked the way this was laid out. I just was not very good about actually sticking with it. But this would be actually great plans for morning time, power hour type stuff. And so I might revisit this for another year. And then here I just kept a list of some of the books that we read throughout the year. And when I came to my monthly plan, obviously putting in certain things that we did for the month, but I mostly used this section for kind of journaling what we did each week. Instead of planning what we were going to do, I liked keeping track of what we actually did. So I did that sort of throughout the year. And I liked being able to look back and see what we did and what we got done. And some months I did more than others, but that was how I mostly did it. Then when it came to the actual lesson plans, again, I like to plan more what we have done versus planning out what we're going to do for the whole year. I find that kind of frustrating to sit down and make a huge plan, and then if we're off, it feels like we haven't done anything, and I feel just, instead of looking back at all the things we really did do, I tend to focus on, oh, we haven't gotten here, we haven't done this. And so I really like to plan using it just what we've actually got completed. And that was how I used it, and it worked really well. And I liked being able to, as you can see, some weeks, even though I did stuff, I didn't necessarily write a ton of things in. It just kind of depended on what was going on with our schedule. We took a trip this week, and so it was good for me. Oh, this one this was a week that we did a big field trip to our local police station, the K9 unit, which actually was a great field trip. And so I took pictures and just used my Polaroid zip and stuck them in there, and I really liked the way that worked. So again, I wrote everything down that we did accomplish, and so this is a nice little kind of, almost makes it a little bit of a scrapbook, and then I can keep that with my portfolio. Again, we did a book talk at the library with our homeschool group, and so I added a picture of that. And so that was really how I used those pages, and it again was nice to be able to go back and reflect on the week and see what we did get accomplished. And I used most of the weeks, but not all of them. But we did get to 37 weeks in our school year. I did not use as much of the checklist as I thought I would. I used it for a few notes, but I never really used it as much as I thought. Or as much as I would have liked to. Again, I did a little bit of planning, and I thought maybe I'd kind of keep track of a few more things, but I just never used it. So, and then I didn't really use the stickers either. I like to use stickers more in my life planner versus my homeschool planner. But anyway, and then I used the folders, of course, for notes and for other things that we had going on. And so all in all, I really liked the planner, and I'm happy that I used it, and it was very functional and worked well for my needs. Thanks for watching.